Hello my dear children, through this video you are going to learn the third part of the lesson Glimpses of India. Tea from Assam is an interesting and informative lesson written by Arup Kumar Datta. This lesson is about tea plantation in Assam, its history and its significance. The writer has tried to make it interesting by using a dialogue method. So you will be interested in it. You can watch the animation of the story and followed by it there will be an explanation also. Before moving on to the lesson, let's know more about the writer Arup Kumar Datta. Mr. Arup Kumar Datta is an Indian writer and journalist from Guwahati, Assam. He has written 16 books for adults and 17 adventure novels for young people. In 2014, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Honor by Association of Writers and Illustrators for Children in New Delhi. He has also won numerous awards including the Shankars Award in 1979 conferred to mark the International Year of the Child. He has been awarded the Civilian Award Padma Shri by Government of India in 2018.
Pranjal, a youngster from Assam, is Rajvir's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjal's father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam and Pranjal has invited Rajvir to visit his home during the summer vacation.
Chai garam. Garam chai.
Vendor came up to their window and asked,
Chai, sir.
Give us 2 cups.
They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too.
Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Phew.
Tea really is very popular. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal buried his nose in his detective book again. Rajvir too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green everywhere. Rajvir had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea bushes. It was a magnificent view. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea bushes stretched as far as the eye could see. Dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall sturdy shade trees, and amidst the orderly rows of bushes busily moved doll-like figures. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys.
Hey, a tea garden.
Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajvir's excitement.
Oh, this is tea country now. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. I have been reading as much as I could about tea. No one really knows who discovered tea, but there are many legends. What legends? Well, there's the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said they were tea leaves.
Tell me another.
We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. The leaves of these plants, when put in hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China, as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage.
The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Thekiaburi, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Thekiaburi Tea Estate. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. Groups of tea pluckers, with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Pranjal's father slowed down to allow a tractor, pulling a trailer load of tea leaves, to pass.
This is the second flush or sprouting period, isn't it, Mr. Barwa? It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea.
You seem to have done your homework before coming.
Yes, Mr. Barwa, but I hope to learn much more while I'm here.
Let's discuss the new vocabularies in the story. Backdrop, lie behind or beyond. Dwarfing, cause to seem small or insignificant in comparison. Sturdy, sturdy means strong. Amidst, that you know, in the middle of. Now, billowing, billowing means moving or flowing outwards. Here, the meaning of the word concentration is cluster, group. Ascetic means characterized by severe self-discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence, typically for religious reasons. Okay? Banished, get rid of. Clattered, when the train brakes, it will produce a loud noise. So that noise is clattered, clattering noise. Now, weird. Weird means change direction. Gravel, small rounded stones often mixed with sand. Pruned. Pruned means cut away from a tree. Pruned, cut away from a tree. Now the phrase sprouting period, that's sprouting. So when a plant sense of new growth, so we can say the second harvest of tea leaves in a season. Okay? Dear children, now listen to the summary of the story. The first scene of the story is set on a train station where a tea vendor asks the two friends if they would like to buy some freshly made hot tea. Pranjal orders 2 cups of tea. Most of the people in their compartment were enjoying tea. With this, Pranjal highlights the fact that almost 80 crore cups of tea are consumed every day throughout the world. Rajveer remains surprised on listening to it. As soon as the train started moving, Pranjal got engaged in reading his detective book. Both the friends were huge fans of detective books, but Rajveer chose to look at the beauty at that moment. There was greenery all around, something he had never seen before. Then came the tea plantations. As far as he was able to look, only tea bushes were visible so much, so that the narrator compared it to sea of tea bushes. In the background, there were hills with dense forest. In between the tea plantations, there were orderly rows of tall and strong trees that were moving because of the wind. It was an amazing view. As the train was moving, next Rajveer saw was an ugly looking building with smoke coming out of it. Actually, it was a tea garden. Rajveer got excited, but Pranjal, who had seen all of this during his childhood, didn't show that enthusiasm. Pranjal tells Rajveer that they have entered Assam, which is known as the tea country. The state has the maximum number of tea plantations in the world. Before visiting this tea country, Rajveer read a lot about tea and he knew very well how it was discovered. There were numerous theories, and one of which was about a Chinese emperor who had a habit of drinking boiled water. So one day when he was boiling that water, few leaves fell into it and it tasted delicious. It is said that those leaves were tea leaves. On being asked by Pranjal, Rajveer told another story about an Indian legend named Bodhidharma. He was a Buddhist monk who had cut his eyelids because he used to feel sleepy while meditating. Eventually, tea plants grew out of his eyelids, which, upon consuming after boiling with water, helped in getting rid of sleep. Further, Rajveer highlighted a few facts that the tea dates back to 2700 BC and it was first consumed in China. All such words such as chai, chini, these all words have originated from Chinese language. Tea was introduced to Europe quite late in the 16th century, where it was considered to have medicinal properties. The train had stopped and the boys reached their destination, where they gathered their luggage and they found that the platform was too crowded. Pranjol's parents had come to receive them. After almost an hour, they reached Dekhiaberry, Pranjol's tea garden. Their tea garden was stretched upon a vast area of land. All the bushes were cut to same height and they had been taken care of. On the fields, tea pluckers were seen wearing an apron and carrying the bamboo baskets to pluck the freshly sprouted leaves. On their way to the fields, Pranjol's father gave way to a tractor that was loaded with tea leaves. On seeing this, Rajveer flaunts his knowledge by mentioning that this is the second sprouting period of the year that lasts from May to July and gives excellent yield. Pranjol's father, he was very much impressed and he replies that Pranjol had done a lot of research before he reached there. Pranjol was so excited and so he told that he wanted to learn more about tea from them. That's the end of the story. I hope you have understood the story very well. Thanks for watching. Bye.